All right, let's jump right into one of the most important books on finance you'll ever read, The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel. Now, this isn't about boring spreadsheets or crazy economic theories. Nope. It's about something way more important, your own behavior. We're going to break down the key lessons that could completely change the way you think about money, for good.
Okay, let's really let this sink in, because this single idea is the foundation for everything else. It means you could be the smartest person in the room, a genius with numbers, and still end up completely broke. And at the same time, someone with zero formal financial training can build a fortune. How? Well, it's simple. What you do with your money is so much more important than what you know about it.
So, to really get a handle on this, we're going to break it down into a few key areas. First up, your wealth mindset. Think of this as the operating system running inside your head for all things money.
Now this right here changes the entire goal of the game. The best thing money can buy isn't a faster car or a bigger house, it's freedom. It's the ability to wake up in the morning and say, I can do whatever I want today. That feeling, that's the ultimate form of wealth.
This is such a critical point, and it's so easy to get wrong. You know, when you see someone driving a $100,000 car, you don't actually know if they're wealthy. All you know for sure is that they have $100,000 less than they used to. Real wealth is quiet. It's the money that's not spent. It's the investments and savings that are silently growing behind the scenes.
And this is the trap, right? The social comparison game. It's a race you literally cannot win because there is always someone with a bigger house or a faster car. It's a hamster wheel with no finish line. The only way to truly win is to just stop playing their game. Focus on your own goals, on your own timeline. Win your game.
This all ties into what Housel calls the never enough problem. It's when you see people who have everything they could possibly need, and they risk it all for something they just want. It's wild. The antidote is knowing how much is enough for you. Because honestly, wealth without contentment is really just another type of poverty. You've got to know when the goalpost should stop moving. Okay, so we've got the mindset down. Now let's talk about turning that thinking into action. Section 2, your wealth strategy. This is the how-to part, the practical stuff you do to build and, just as crucially, keep your wealth. Here's a mind-bending idea. Getting rich and staying rich are two completely different skills. In fact, they're often polar opposites. Getting rich might take a lot of risk, a ton of optimism, but staying rich, that takes humility. It takes realizing that what you gained can be lost just as quickly. It's about shifting your focus from big gains to simple survival. And when you talk about staying rich, you have to talk about the master, Warren Buffett. Now look at that number, over $100 billion. It's staggering. But the craziest thing about his fortune is when he made it. It wasn't just about smart investing. It was about something else, something way more powerful. And boom, this chart says it all. The magic isn't some secret formula. It's the power of compounding. But for compounding to work its magic, it needs one fuel source more than anything else: time. Lots and lots of time. Buffett's real superpower isn't just that he's a good investor. It's that he's been a good investor for over 80 years. His secret weapon is longevity. And that's the big lesson for all of us. This might be the most valuable piece of investment advice, period. A decent, even kind of boring return that you can sustain for decades will absolutely destroy incredible returns that you can't hold on to. Consistency over the long haul beats short-term genius, every single time. So what about saving? Here's a radical idea from the book, Save Just for the Sake of Saving. Yep, without a specific goal in mind. Why? Because the future is always going to surprise you. That cash gives you flexibility. It gives you options. It lets you weather any storm that comes your way and jump on unexpected opportunities. It's your financial oxygen. Which leads us perfectly into our next big theme. If we know the future is full of surprises, how do we deal with that? Let's dive into Section 3, the reality of risk. Well, you start by accepting one simple fact. The biggest things that move the needle are almost always a complete surprise. I mean, think about it. The dot-com crash, the 2008 financial crisis, a global pandemic. Who had any of those on their bingo card? History is just one surprise after another. So planning for the unexpected isn't being pessimistic. It's just being realistic.
So if you can't predict what's coming, what on earth can you do? You build a margin of safety.
It's a simple idea. You leave room for error. You don't stretch yourself to the absolute limit. You don't invest every last dollar. You build a buffer because you know for a fact that things will go wrong. That cushion is what allows you to survive the shocks.
And check this out. This is a concept called long tails, and it's a total game changer. It basically means that in investing, most of your results will come from a tiny handful of your decisions. A few huge winners will make up for all the duds. And you know what that means? You can be wrong most of the time and still come out way ahead. That takes a ton of pressure off, doesn't it?
Okay, let's tie all of this together. We've covered mindset, strategy, and risk. So for our final section, let's talk about how to apply this to your life. Let's talk about your personal money game. This sounds so obvious, but we all forget it. It's called personal finance for a reason. It's about you, your goals, your timeline, your tolerance for risk. So don't just copy what some day trader on social media is doing. Their game is not your game. You have to build a strategy that's tailored just for you. And this quote just nails it. A decent plan that you can actually stick with when things get tough is infinitely better than some perfect plan on a spreadsheet that you bail on at the first sign of trouble. The best strategy in the world is the one you'll actually see through. Consistency is everything. And so we come full circle. At the end of the day, building wealth isn't about complex charts. It's built with your mindset, your habits, your patience, and your discipline. It's less about how smart you are and way more about how you behave. That right there is the true psychology of money. Hey, if this explainer helped you see money in a new way, do us a huge favor and hit that like button. If you know someone who needs to hear this, share it with them. And of course, make sure you subscribe to Dita Finance for more simple breakdowns of these powerful financial ideas. So I'll leave you with this one last question. Out of everything we just talked about, which idea really hit home for you? Was it that wealth is what you don't see, or maybe that staying rich is a totally different game? Drop your answer in the comments below. I'd love to see what resonated with you the most. Thanks for watching.